I'm a strength and conditioning coach. My thing with pre-workout is I've taken it and it was just like a placebo effect. Keep it simple. A lot can happen in 30 minutes. Pick the 5, 6, 4 exercises. 30 minutes is really all you need. I'm big on free weights and machine. It just depends on what I'm working towards. One of my mentors used to tell me, think of it as another tool in the toolbox.
If there was like one exercise that you could do like for the rest of your life, what would it be and why?
So I think...
All right, this is the Black Summit. Once again, we thank you guys for joining us. I'm Hendrix.
And I'm Brooks.
And
Welcome
I'm Jared.
back. Yeah, we have Jared on with us today. Jared, tell the folks about yourself. Who are you? What you do?
Yeah, so I'm a strength and conditioning coach. So I try to help athletes. I'm primarily working towards helping tactical athletes, so your first responders or your military men and women. So basic knowledge of like nutrition's also there, but it's primarily just, working with strength and conditioning, so where's weightlifting, agility training, that kind of stuff.
Got you. What got you into that?
Dude,
the average person doesn't wake up and go, that's what I want to do,
No, man. I was still thinking the acting career, but I realized it was my 15th grade PE class.
Wow.
It was like, wow, I shouldn't be doing this. And then cross country, I was failing miserably at. And because I'm not a long distance runner, I still am not, bro. I cannot run 7 miles to save my life. But I realized, oh, wow, I can't be doing this, even though I'm 15 years old. But it's crazy. I'm glad I was very blessed to have that mentality growing up. Better to start taking care of myself now rather than try to wait until I'm 50 and it's kind of too late to even move out of a chair.
Right.
So that's what really got me started.
Gotcha. Now, are you from here or where are you from?
Oh, I'm born and raised in Charleston, South Carolina.
Gotcha. Yeah. What was it like growing up?
As far as
like here in Charleston?
I gotta say, man, we had some fun times here. Charleston's a really good place, good tourist attraction. It's a really good place. I will say that. Really good people I've met here. Shout out to my boy, Bradford. But yeah, man, it was a really good place. It was a really good starting point for me. Always looking for new things, new experiences. So
right, I got you. Well, I'm not really a fitness guy, and so we can tell. We can tell. I'm one of the beefier brothers. So for somebody like me who doesn't really work out as much as other folks, or who hasn't kept up, on my looks and stuff or whatever, what would you say is a good place to start?
So primarily something that I wish I had when I was younger is a better attitude. So primarily what do I mean by that? And that's, going into the gym and not being intimidated. That's a big thing for people is going in and saying, oh, wow, I don't even know where to start. But they look at this big guy over here and I'm like, man, I can't even lift like half the weight he's doing. Or, man, like, I don't even know what exercises he's doing. What's that guy doing over there? Like, I don't know. That looks pretty cool, but I can't do that. So having that, being intimidated like that, that's a huge thing. And a lot of younger people I've noticed too, because we were all 18 at one point, 19, 20, whatever. Even older people at our age still do that, is that they try to almost use it as almost like an anime mental amp to hate on yourself. And what I mean by that is that, oh, I can't lift like this guy can, I can't look like this guy or so-and-so or Ronnie Coleman or, Arnold Schwarzenegger or anything like that. And, everybody's different. Everybody's on their same path, not same path, but different path, right? Everybody's got a fitness journey. And I feel people, haven't really found their fitness journey. They kind of compare themselves to other people. And that's where I started comparing myself to a lot of people. I'm still not the biggest guy in the gym, dear God, by a long shot. But I know that me, for example, who can only bench press 175, well, to you, maybe that's not a lot. And it's not really a lot. It's not a lot. But coming from that, when I was in that PE class, only benching like 95 pounds for 5 reps, I know where I came from. I know how far I've come. So that's a big thing, is that you don't have to set the bar so high right away. And that's where a lot of people can kind of quit, mess up, get discouraged. And especially, I've had people in the past, have like that type of attitude. You don't have to look at yourself and say, man, I can't even climb these flights of stairs. Oh yeah, because I'm fat as shit. You don't have to have that mentality. No, you can only get better from here, right? And that's what I go into the gym for now, is that you can only get bigger, right? So you can only get better than where you were yesterday. Yeah. And because that's why you go to the gym, right? Is to get better. Yeah. So therefore, you just got to not be so hard on yourself. And I tell, the younger clients I have that all the time, don't be so hard on yourself. So I'm trying to pass that on to the next generation as well. Is that, I got you. Don't be so hard on yourself to where it's detrimental almost, so.
Yeah. So, who would you say kind of inspired you to like get into the fitness game?
I would say a lot of my friends, as far as the strength and conditioning, I never really saw myself as a strength and conditioning coach, to be honest with you. Okay. I was going more for registered dietitian. And it wasn't until I went back to my master's program and met a really good mentor of mine, Dr. Bellon, and have to give him a huge shout out. Have to give that man a huge shout out. Really inspired me to be a strength and conditioning coach and go for, just go for it. Because again, it goes back to the attitude, thinking that you need to be big to be a personal trainer or be a strength and conditioning coach. Oh, I got to look like Ronnie Coleman or what's that guy's name? Sounds like a football player. Oh, Jay Cutler. You got to look like Jay Cutler if y'all familiar with him, but no, that's not necessarily so. As long as you have the knowledge, and you're willing to help people, that's a big thing with coaching. As long as you're willing to help people, you're a people person. You've been there at that point in your life where, okay, wow, I need to, get better for myself. I need to get healthy. I need to get that next step. As long as you're willing to do that, you already made the first step right there.
Yeah. I get that. That's good.
Mm-hmm. You said you work with athletes, right? Strength and conditioning. Mm-hmm. Do you do certain regimens for certain sports?
Yeah, so you actually do certain things for certain sports. So it's not one size fits all. Right. And that's where a lot of program design comes in. Mm-hmm. What we call program design. It's not a one size fits all. So prime example, I'm not going to have a baseball player needing to do a 25-inch vertical jump, right? Mm-hmm. I'm going to say that more for my basketball or volleyball athletes.
Gotcha. Do you also do you guys set up nutrition programs as well?
Well, as a strength and conditioning coach, you can, and a personal trainer, you're really only supposed to give basic nutrition knowledge. Okay. Of course, there's fine lines of what to do, but that's more of like a registered dietitian aspect of it.
Gotcha.
So, because, if God forbid somebody has like an iron deficiency or something, that's beyond what's called my scope of practice.
Yeah. Okay.
So you just got to be careful of that. And another thing I was going to touch base on was supplements. Mm-hmm. All the younger guys want to get big. I can't say I haven't been in there, right? Mm-hmm. I'm sure you've been there.
Yeah.
So, all these supplements, creatine, omega-3s, beta alanine, pre-workout. Yeah.
Ashwagandha.
Yeah, ashwagandha. Trend.
Yeah.
But no, all these supplements, there's a reason they're called supplements, right? So I'm a big food first guy. So you don't necessarily need all the, whey protein, isolate protein powders and everything. We're not supposed to recommend those. Food comes first, because a lot of people I noticed that start the gym immediately. Oh, all right, what do I need? Creatine, I need protein powder. Well, I skip breakfast. I'm like, okay, why do you skip breakfast? Like, you don't feel like making eggs and, your toast and your sausage, or you just want to skip right to the supplements? Okay, cool. You could probably save money doing that. So
you don't believe in like pre-workout, dry, what do they call it? Dry, where you just take it without any water.
Oh, you mean like just the scoop?
Dry scoop?
Dry scoop.
Yeah. You don't believe in any of that?
So my thing with pre-workout is that I don't necessarily not believe in it. Okay. It's just I've taken it, and it was just like a placebo effect. I remember looking at my friends who helped me, share it with me. Hey, how do you not ever taken pre-workout before? And this was like my senior year in college. And I was like, guys, I just never was really a caffeine guy. Suddenly I take it, and I'm like, yo, anybody's skin itch?
Yeah.
That's like, am I the only one that skins it?
That's the beta alanine.
Yeah.
That's the beta alanine.
That's what it does. It makes you
yeah.
I've never really taken
tingly.
it. I've never taken it. So, but I know a lot of people who are into that, and I've thought about it. But yeah, so it makes you itch, huh?
Gives you that tingly, tingle feeling.
That's when you feel like it's kicking in.
Oh, okay.
Usually, I've took pre-workout a few times. Sometimes I may take some, maybe till it runs out, then I may go 2, 3, 4 months and don't take anything. So I do it very, very sparingly, very seldomly. But usually when I feel it, it's in my ears. Then my cousin put me on. I said, man, am I supposed to be feeling this in my earlobes? Man, it's kicking in, And then once I run, I feel it in my legs, feel like ants crawling on my legs a little bit. But then after a while, it wears off, right? Because my metabolism high, and I have my heart rate is high anyway, right? So I don't necessarily have to have a pre-workout to get the energy. Sometimes I'm just bored in the gym because it's kind of mundane for me because I'm there. So like I was saying earlier, I got to go to different gyms to, get that high, that high, like, okay, this is a different gym, different equipment. So boom, let me knock this out. If I keep seeing the same repetitive thing, mentally I'll get fatigued with it, so I got to change up some things sometimes.
Yeah, and it keeps you focused, if you will,
right,
and like I said, I wouldn't necessarily say I don't believe in it. It just doesn't work for me.
Got you.
I lifted the same weight and just had my skin itch. And knowing this hot weather we're in, my skin already itches, bro.
Right.
I got you.
Yeah.
All right. So creatine, because, I think a lot of people, they think about doing creatine. I haven't really messed with it personally, but like I know a lot of people. Well, I actually do work out. So I have phases. Here's my problem is I'll go like 5 months and I'm exercising regularly, and then I'll probably like take the next 5 off.
Dang,
and so it kind of
into
fluctuates.
A hibernation period.
Yeah, so
good, man.
That's my problem is like, because you build up a lot of momentum, and when you're first going, you feel like you can just go, but then life happens, and, this thing happens and that thing happens. And then you take 1 day off. The next thing you know, it's 2 days off. And then, next thing you know, you're not going at all. Next thing you know, it's hard for you to walk up the stairs again, So that's how it can happen for you, or at least for me. So, yeah, I think it's hard to stay consistent.
Yeah, we know, your mom make them pound cakes. She made some for me, them pound cakes. And
that's right.
And your sister making them quesadillas.
That's right. Enchiladas. Tamales,
So let me ask you this. So, right, you say life happens, right? We all got, jobs and stuff that are keeping us from doing, man, I really am tired,
Yeah.
Some people are working like 12 hours a day.
Exactly.
100% get it. But I always tell my busy clients, all right, so how much time did you have between when you got off work and then when you go to bed? When do you go to bed? Let's start there. When do you go to bed?
It fluctuates because my schedule's kind of crazy. So
you're a night owl, I know.
Well, not really. I try to go to bed around like 10. Sometimes it's like 11.
Oh, okay.
But but I do start getting sleepy around like 9 because anyways.
So all right, so let's say 9.
Okay.
And let's say you get off at work at, what would you say, what time?
I probably get off at work. Well, it all depends. Again, I'm serious.
This man's got a fluctuating schedule.
Yeah, I do. Some days it's like, okay, I'll get off at 5, but other days it is like, okay, I'm getting off late at night or even sometimes in the morning. So
dang, where do you got time to breathe?
I know.
Right,
but
maybe he can't go to the gym.
That's the thing with like working in film sometimes, But I also work at a school, so
right.
On those days I can definitely, let's say 5 o'clock.
Yeah. So hypothetically, let's say 5 o'clock. Okay. Go to bed around 9. So between that time, we got about 4 hours, give or take. If you fall asleep about 9, get off at 5. I would definitely go straight after 5 if you can. If you will go home, trust me, you're not going to go. It's over. That bed's going to be calling your name. That dinner's going to be calling your name.
For sure.
Yeah, it's not. No.
Yeah, I can't do it.
You got to go straight after 5.
Right.
And even if, I tell a lot of people, even if you have 30 minutes, let's just say you got 30 minutes, a lot can happen in 30 minutes. We can run down the list of a lot of things that can happen on 30 minutes. Probably stuff that we can't talk about. Let's keep this PG-13, but, let's go with 30 minutes. You can do a lot of stuff. Circuit, that's where supersetting is for. What is supersetting? Supersetting is just taking one exercise of the same muscle group and just going boom, boom, boom. Do 2 exercises at the same time, and then I can probably get like at least 4 exercises done, if not 6, in 30 minutes. You can do a whole circuit in 30 minutes. Oh, well, I didn't complete my workout. Well, no, you still got 4 or 5 exercises done out of the 7 for some reason that you're doing. And, keep it simple. Pick the 5, 6, 4 exercises and just keep it simple. 30 minutes is really all you need. Even 20 minutes. You can still get a workout done in 20 minutes. A lot of PT sessions are in 30 minutes. So if you got that time, dude, bro, we got to get him to the gym.
That's right.
30-minute sessions.
He says no more excuses. No more excuses.
Well, it's hot right now,
Gym's inside. Gym's inside.
That is true, and the air conditioning with the big fans going on.
Yeah. I mean, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Walking from the parking lot to the gym front doors is
man, especially after that workout. But you feel good. I will say, after I do a workout, I'm always like, "Yo, I'm glad I did that." So.
Yeah. But you can do things at home too.
Yeah,
I got
that's
push-up
true.
bars,
That's
pull-up
true.
bars. That's the only reason why. Only reason why I joined the gym is during the pandemic. I just wanted to get out the house.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Since Planet was only $10, I said, okay, cool. I'll just get out the house, be around some people. That's only. But I've been doing everything at the house for the most part, other than going to the base sometimes. But I was doing it at the house. A lot of calisthenics.
So, how many days a week would y'all say y'all go to the gym?
Well, there's really no set answer to that. If you were to ask me that question, every answer to fitness related things is it depends. Okay. So it really depends on a lot of things, like your fitness level, your availability.
Yeah.
You gotta get that 30 minutes in, bro. Even if it's at home.
Put the 30 minutes in.
Yeah. It just depends on a lot of factors, So it's not, again, just like program design, it's not one size fits all. It's at least 2 or 3 days, at least.
Yeah, I do 3 days. I used to do 4, but I cut it down. I do certain muscle groups.
What does that mean? Muscle groups?
Well, I heard a while ago it's a difference, and I don't know if you heard this. You correct me. It's a difference between lifting weights and bodybuilding.
Right.
Bodybuilding, you target certain muscle groups. When you used to work out with me, that's okay. Today we may do chest and we do triceps, right? Because it's a push day, right? So I target certain muscle groups, start from the top, work my way down to the bottom. So Monday I do this, Tuesday I do that, Wednesday I do this. Then when I get bored, I'll reverse it. What I would do on Monday, I'll do that on Wednesday now, and I'll mix it up. Just to I guess not let the muscles get so fatigued with doing the same thing over and over again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you don't want to do the same thing,
Right.
every 6 weeks,
Exactly.
8 weeks.
Exactly.
However, you don't want to change it up every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We've all done that at one point,
Yeah.
So muscle groups just involves, like he was going off what he was saying, is targeting, certain muscles, chest, arms, back. Unless, you're going for a bodybuilding competition or that's your style of training, you can do that. Otherwise, again, it depends on your, what type of training you're doing, right? So if you're just a full body guy, then yeah, you're probably going 2, 3 times a week. If you're going more than that, then God help you.
I know.
You'll kill yourself. But if you're a bodybuilder, well, bodybuilders kind of have to go 5 times a week, 6 times a week. 7's kind of pushing it, but
and shave every 2-3 days. They got to shave all the hair off their body every 2 days.
What do you do? Do you go 6 days a week?
Again, it depends on the training block. So right now, I'm on kind of what's called a hypertrophy block, which is just muscle gain. So it's like bodybuilding training.
Oh, okay.
So essentially, yeah, I'm on that 5 times a week. Right now, I'm doing 5 times a week. I usually was doing 6 times a week. It just depends on how you program it. And the biggest thing is as long as the athlete is recovering properly. That's a big thing.
Yeah.
And it is possible to go 6 times a week as long as the program suffices to where the athlete is recovering properly. So that's a big thing.
How do you recover?
Yeah, I was about to say, expound on that.
So a lot of weight training, right, comes with metabolic tension, right? That's how we build muscle.
Yeah, tear the muscle and
Right.
Yeah.
And as far as recovery go, we don't want to do, like you were asking me, how many days you go a week. Well, we need to make sure we're not pushing the athlete to where they're not doing too much too soon. So, there's stress on, there's the amount of stress that I can take versus what he can take and what you can take. Now for you not working out, man, it's just that's a lot of stress. But so it depends on the athlete's fitness level and everything. So how do you recover going about? There's different ways. There's a lot of fads out there of what you can do, like stretching after a workout. Or, some people do cold plunge, all types of things like, make sure you get your protein intake and everything. That's really an important one. There's so many factors you can do for recovery,
I got you.
But as long as the program, is written to where you're not feeling fatigued throughout the week, then that's where, okay, this is a good solid program. But if the athlete is constantly fatigued and feeling like crap throughout the week, and you got to take into account like your job. You got to take into account, is the athlete eating enough? Recovering with protein. What is the athlete doing outside? The gym? Do they got a physical job? Do they have sports competitions? Like a lot of factors come into play. So. Again, it depends.
Yeah,
I got you.
I just rest for my recovery. Yeah, I usually just rest.
And that's what rest
Sit on
days
the
are
couch.
for.
No, sleep on the couch.
Okay.
Usually, I just rest. I just rest. I want to touch on something else too. You said stretching, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tell our audience, because I usually stretch before I work out. Some people just go in there and they just jump straight on the bench.
God!
And as I got older, trust me, I know I got to stretch, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
those injuries
absolutely.
They linger a little longer than when I was younger. Yeah. What's the importance of stretching before and after you work out?
So before is what is called dynamic stretching. Mm-hmm. So it's not really a static stretch. So the difference between dynamic stretch and static stretch is that, if I'm going and doing the back of my shoulder here and I'm just holding it, right? Mm-hmm. Mobility is where it comes in dynamic stretching. So that's, doing what's called, Frankenstein's, where you kick your legs up, for your hamstrings, or, you might do a little light jog, that can range from a lot of activities as long as you're moving. But I wouldn't hold a stretch necessarily before a workout. That's where it comes usually people do that at the end of the workout. That's fine. Usually what I do or recommend, my clientele do is find you don't have to do it after your workout, especially if you don't even have time. It goes back to that 30 minutes. Now, I always recommend do it on a separate time, whether that time is in the morning, night, whatever's best for you. That's where you want to do the static stretching, that hold. I would hold like anywhere from like 15, 30 seconds, just depending on each muscle group, if you will. And that's where a lot of flexibility can improve. But like you said, dynamic stretching, that's where mobility can improve. Because if I go straight for the squat rack, y'all, I'm gonna be embarrassed. Y'all gonna see something. I already squat pretty bad when it gets pretty heavy as it is. So I can't go straight for the rack. So I always tell, especially when people ask me before, like, hey, like I feel. When I squat, like I feel a pinch. I was like, did you warm up?
Right.
No. I was like, all right. You're probably feeling all that fatigue, or not fatigue, but stiffness because you got to warm up, especially depending on those compound lifts like squats, bench, deadlift. You have to warm up before those.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you do any calisthenics in your routines, anything, or you just strictly weights or what?
Not right now.
Okay.
I definitely would like to do more calisthenics. They definitely have their place. Yeah. Especially if someone doesn't work out and they don't want to go to the gym. All right, bro. You don't have gym equipment, but we got the body. We can use the body. I'm hating on you too much.
Do some push-ups.
Not the ice cream. Push-ups.
Yeah, well,
cake.
ice cream can be exercise too. You got to take the spoon, get it in there, and bring it up to your mouth. That works your forearms. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Nah, I'm just kidding. But what's kind of like something that somebody could implement? Let's say that they are going to the gym. Okay, and they need like an extra little hack that could help them. What would you say is like something that they could add into their daily routine?
So when you say hack, what are you necessarily referring to?
I don't know, just like a tip, maybe like something that helps their workout.
But to motivate them, or
to motivate them, or like something like a different exercise,
like a different exercise, like say for instance, like maybe stretching before or stretching afterwards, or
definitely,
or something,
definitely that dynamic warm up before
any kind of like let's say maybe you go to the treadmill first. Mm-hmm. And then you get into weightlifting or something like that. What kind of hack can they add in to their daily routine?
So even with the treadmill, that's already a good start because you're elevating your heart rate, right? You want to get the blood flowing, warm up the muscles before you even start, right? And then that's when I would say, hey, are you still going straight to the squat rack after the treadmill? I mean, good start. But now let's get into that mobility work. When I said do like the hamstring kickups or Frankenstein's as they call it, or, do any type of hip mobility, frog poses, anything that warms up the hips, if I'm going for that squat, or anything just like a little light jog on the treadmill, anything just to warm up the muscles that I'm going to be using in the workout.
Okay.
So definitely, that. Now, as far as any other hacks relating again to the gym, well, as far as like adding exercises, again, just keep fitness simple. You'll see all types of exercises, and by all means, a lot of them are really great. If not all of them are really great. But, you don't have to overload your own program to where you got 10 exercises on there. Because I swear when I used to be 18 and 19 in the gym, I swear by the time I come out of the gym, all my friends started families and bought houses by then. So I was staying in the gym at least like 3 hours a night. I remember it was like 1 a.m. And I'm pretty sure I arrived at the gym at 10 p.m. I'm like, all right, dude, it's time to go home. The bed's calling your name. What's the point of lifting if you're not recovering type thing? Now, I wasn't going to school or anything at the time. It was like summer break, but you don't need to be in the gym 3 hours. You know, all my friends have probably moved on with their lives by now. We're like 30 years old now by the time I got out of the gym, but you just really need that 4 or 5 exercises. You don't necessarily need like a whole 10 exercises like I was doing. I used to want to try to hit every single part of the bicep or the chest or the back. You probably can relate to me on that. Like I used to hit the gym. All right, I need to hit every single part of the bicep. Okay, that means I got to do like 6 different style curls, incline curls, preacher curls. No, you don't. That's what bodybuilders are for. That's what hypertrophy programs are for. You can split it up in the 5 or 6 days. You don't have to do 11 exercises a day, because there's a point where it comes to be overtraining, or just not even that, just even a waste of time. Because again, it all goes back to recovery, right?
And that takes that longer for that recovery process.
Exactly. So when you're doing too much, with fitness, it's less is more.
A bodybuilder actually told me, and I bumped into him at the bar. Dude, he competed, and I asked him 2 questions. I said, what's better when you building your pecs, the bench or the dumbbells? He said, of course, the dumbbells, right?
Yeah.
Because you get the range of motion and then the inclines. That's why, one reason why I only do dumbbell press, when I used to go to the gym, it was older people in there, and I'll be damned if I let them spot me. So I say, hell with that. So that's why I grow to love, I just do dumbbells. If they get too heavy, hell, I drop them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then the other thing he said was, I said, how long you stay in the gym? He said, truthfully, like almost what he said, man, really, if you get about good 45 minutes, what he's saying, you're good. He says, after that, everything else is just cardio, because your muscle already got what it needed in it first, from what he was telling me, you know what I'm saying? He said, everything after that is almost like cardio. You're not really getting too much out of the workout.
Depends.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think he used to compete and whatnot, but but I try to do about an hour, maybe an hour and 10 minutes, because that's because of the breaks in between the sets and stuff like that, and then I stretch beforehand, and then maybe do I don't stretch too much afterwards. I just relax, So,
I got you. How much do you like lift when you're doing the dumbbells? Are you like
100 pounds, bro?
Are you trying to do? Are you trying to go for the 100
Oh
pounds?
no, I meant you.
I mean, no, I've done it. I've done it on decline and hurt my rotator cuff.
Oh man.
I've hurt my rotator cuff, but I used to do like maybe 85 or 90 pound dumbbells, but then after a while, I was like, I looked in the mirror one day, I was like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing it? And I will admit, I started off when I was doing it, and a lot of people would ask me to work out, or I asked to work out with me. And I'd say, look, I'm not a trainer. Like, I used to teach boxing. So, and I'd be like, you can work out with me, but I'm not, And so they would see me, and at the time, I think I was like maybe 147, 151 pounds at that time, doing 85 pound dumbbells. And these dudes are like 200, like Telly, for example, used to go here. Come in there, and I said, look, bro, don't do what I do. You know what I'm saying? If you're not, So he was like, shit, I'm gonna try it. Then he's like, nah, I can't do these 85s or whatever. So, then I said, bro, ain't no shame. Do what you can do. But the thing is with that is, I may start off doing like, say, 70s or 65, and it's like a drug. I wasn't getting fulfilled. I wasn't getting high off of that. So I kept going up and up and up in weight, and it's just literally like a drug. And I just kept lifting heavier and heavier and heavier. Then finally one day I said, you know what? Why are you lifting all this damn weight? For what? Get a nice build of physique, because I love calisthenics a lot because of boxing and stuff like that. But I still do some weights and stuff like that too, But and I said, just get a nice physique, hit that where you want, try to eat as best you can, and then maintain. And that's pretty much for me, man. I'm not trying to be, Arnold Schwarzenegger walking around here, nothing like that. So,
Clip it.
Good. I said Negro.
What about you? What are you a free weights guy? Are you, the bench? What do you do?
So I always recommend, again, it just depends on your goals, but me personally, I'm big on free weights and machines or calisthenics. It just depends on what I'm working towards.
Yeah.
So I always think, as, one of my mentors used to tell me, think of it as another tool in the toolbox. Some people are like, oh, I hate CrossFit. You'll never see me do that. Or I hate machines. They don't really do anything. I'm a big free weight guy all the time. Well, no, they have their place just for different reasons. It's just another tool in the toolbox. So same with the calisthenics, they think that, oh no, yeah, oh, he's only good and strong and calisthenics and everything. He's probably a CrossFit guy or something. I'm like, well, no, I mean, that's his style of training, there's nothing wrong with that, so I mean, I would do anything from push-ups, dumbbell presses, bench press, it's everything, I like all exercises really, but right now I'm mainly hitting the free weights, a little bit of machines, for like accessory work, but I always say, have an open mind to certain things, again, keep it simple, but if someone intrigues me with an exercise that I've never done before, or use a certain machine that I've never used before, or whatever, I always say, hey man, what does that do? What is that working? Can you teach me how to do it? So I try to use everything, be open-minded to other styles of training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think about like cold plunging? Because you mentioned it earlier.
Yeah.
Pause. We just be specific.
What do you
Cold
think?
plunging.
Like the
I know what you're talking
get
about.
into the ice baths and stuff like that.
You paused.
Okay, this guy's gonna pause.
Pause.
All right.
Cold plunging.
What you got on cold plunging?
I've never done it.
You never done it?
I know about it though. I think my son had to do it. I think so.
Okay.
With his fitness and stuff like that, I believe.
I got you.
It definitely can help, especially, let's say an athlete has, one competition, they just had a huge game, now they got another game and like within 24 hours, it's definitely good for recovery there. Some people use it for recovery. It's definitely good. I used to take cold showers all the time. I'm not really a fan of that anymore.
I've done that before. It
doesn't
hard.
really help me too.
I've
It's
done
hard.
it too, but not by choice. The hot water was.
The hot water was hitting.
I will say you get used to it after a while. The shower,
Yeah.
like it's hard. It's still hard when you step into it. It's still hard, but then it starts to get easier and easier.
Yeah.
So, but
it has its place. There's a bunch of research that says like, hey, it doesn't necessarily really do much for recovery, and then there's other research that says, oh yes, so it's in between. Okay. I don't really know too much to have an opinion because I've only done like cold showers and everything, and
I got you.
Yeah, I'm more like him, like where I'm like, hey, I gotta get that hot water was hitting. I gotta hit that back on.
Let's get back to that.
Yeah.
Man. I got you.
Another quick question. What do you think? I know you see all the YouTubes, everything. Just one guy will be like, oh, eat this way. One guy, you can eat carbs and still get like this. And then there's all these different regiments. And what do you think of that, man? What's your opinion?
You're really talking about specific diets, or are they?
Wait, some people are talking about diets
or specific foods.
Yeah, well, diets, I should say diets.
Okay.
And then you have a few guys I actually looked at and saw some of their workout when I wanted different exercise, so I implement a few things, to try something different. But you see so many of them, right?
Right.
Like for like if it's solely on abdominal, there'll probably be like 20 different videos of this.
God, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 20 different videos on diet regimen, and no, you can do this and you can look like this. And what do you think of all that, man? What's your opinion on that? Have you tried any of those, or you just look at it and be like, you know what?
Some of those, even with the exercise part, especially, you see it all the time on Instagram. I don't have TikTok, but you see it on TikTok. It's the guy with very good washboard abs, and he's like, hey, eat this or do this and get abs like this, and next thing you know, it's like normal foods that you probably eat every day, like vegetables or something. You're less carbs, not necessarily works. Again, same with the exercises. It might be body weight abdominal crunches, and you can get abs like this. I'm like, it's body weight crunches. That's hit and miss for me.
And then they probably don't. You probably don't get to see the behind the scenes. They done shot up a few notches of steroids and take all the supplements and make it like this just natural.
Right.
Me personally, I want to see a video. I think I would follow a video with a fat kid like you, who was like,
starting from
like,
day one.
Yeah, and then actually getting. I think that would be a lot of inspiration.
Here we go. Maybe I should do it.
No, real talk. If you did a video, because you had things like the beach workout. You had the beach workout. You got all these different workouts, right? Strictly the calisthenics workout. Then you got these guys in New York who are beasts. They go to the playground, do nothing but pull-ups. They can literally do flags. You know what I'm saying? And so the core is real tight. These dudes real strong upper body. Yeah. I seen 68-year-old men doing pull-ups.
That's gonna be you.
And I'm trying. I'm trying, bro. I can do pull-ups now. I can do pull-ups. But yeah, I think stuff like that motivate me. I think if you had an average Joe, which I'm still average Joe myself, but person like your size, portly, and you do your thing and then slim down, I think that'll motivate a lot of people.
Yeah.
No, yeah, 100%.
I think so. I think that'll motivate a lot of people.
Yeah.
For sure. What's the difference between like concentric or eccentric? When you were working out.
This man's just looking up vocab words.
You see that, right?
No, I mean, like, I'm trying to like really get into it,
Yeah,
I just want to make sure.
No. I'm just giving you crap.
But yeah.
So eccentric, that is the motion going when the muscle lengthens, right? So that's going against gravity. So that's what this motion is. Like if I'm doing a bicep curl, this is the eccentric motion. But if I'm lifting the bicep curl and the muscle shortens, that's where the concentric comes in.
Yeah.
Got you.
So, there's a bunch of research and that's why, bodybuilders do it, right? I'm actually doing this in my plan right now. So if I'm doing like a bicep curl, for example, and I lift it up, but take 3 seconds on the way down on that eccentric, there's a lot of research that helps promote, hey, that's better for muscle growth,
Gotcha.
So that's the difference between those.
Is that the same way as they say do the negatives?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
negative, eccentric, concentric, positive.
I've had dudes that like when I was in the Army, and this one I used to bench about 205.
Jeez.
Mind you, I was only like 135 pounds because we ran 4 miles every day.
135
Yeah, 135 pounds.
And benching 205. That is really good.
Yeah, I can't do that now. Don't ask me to try that now. But 205, I was doing 205, and they would have, but I would do like maybe 8 reps. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like I was in there knocking them out. So they would do a routine where at first it was hard. They would put the towel on your chest, come down to the towel. And then they got to the point where I push up and they said, all right, somebody would spot your elbows and then say, okay, just bring it down. That's all you got to do. Then you get it up, bring it. There's the negatives. So I guess I never knew the eccentric or whatever the proper term, but I would always hear do the negatives. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's like what he's talking about. Yeah.
It was funny. I had somebody in college say the same thing. Like I never knew that's what it was called.
Nah, man.
And he was showing me on like a row. Like, hey, Jared, when you're going back, hey, just go slowly. You get a better contraction on your back that way. I was like, oh, yeah, the eccentric contraction. Well, I don't know what the hell that means.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's the difference between those.
What's like a good go-to, like, snack after the gym? Because a lot of people
stack with pancakes.
Snack.
Oh, snack.
Snack.
Oh,
Like,
said
stack.
stack.
Food. What's a good like meal after?
Oh, you talking me? I thought you meant steroids.
So like, sometimes, especially like,
hey, they got protein pancakes.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. Yeah.
yeah, they do.
I put protein
right.
in my pancakes.
Do you
actually.
really?
Yeah.
Like you put the mix in there?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, my waffles, I should say.
No,
Oh,
push
I
the
ran
push
out.
the sausage links in there, wrapping it up in the pancake.
But no, yeah. So like a lot of people get hungry after they do exercise, pretty much. So
I know I do.
like what's a good like go to for somebody who's still trying to not mess up their workout?
Pound cake, no, I'm just playing. I know that's your go-to, but a little bit of protein. Well, not a little bit of protein, a lot of protein.
A lot of protein?
A lot of protein.
Okay.
But a carb as well. So, basically dinner, unless you're doing it late at night like I am, then, I would do like a protein shake from Costco.
Okay.
Like those little Orgain ones. Those are so good.
Yeah.
Like it's like the little chocolate milk ones, they're real good. It's got like 30 grams of protein, but definitely you want to get protein and then carb up. Definitely, so that way it replenishes, your body and everything, and also helps you rebuild, so that's really important. So there's really not like a go-to snack necessarily. And, of course, I can't really recommend one, obviously, because, you would think that I might say like protein bar, right? Well, a lot of those protein bars are processed and everything. So once somebody's trying to lose weight, well, probably not the best option.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Okay. So
I get what he's saying. He's more dietary or nutrition would recommend something what exactly to eat, but yeah. I think one of the biggest misconceptions, people think to lose weight or working out to not eat. I was like, dude, you're gonna have to eat. You know what I'm saying? The more you burn, the more you're gonna have to eat like he said, to replenish those muscles.
Yeah.
So I think that's a big misconception. And I also I learned that according to us, they're going a little bit deeper, looking at certain people blood types, of what they can eat and what's better for you to eat depending on your blood type. So whereas I'm sure you probably not good on red meat. Am I correct?
I don't eat much red meat.
Yeah. Because your blood type, you shouldn't really. Like me, my blood type, I'm actually supposed to be more of a vegan, but I need meat. I gotta eat meat. You know what I'm saying? I can't just be. Sometimes I'll do a raw vegan fast with vegetables and fruits, and then I add some nuts for the protein because I still work out.
Yeah.
Because I have to eat like 4 or 5 big bowls of salad just to get full. You know what I mean? So. But I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions. People think they need to starve themselves. And I'm like, no, you just got to eat more cleaner. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You can't do the baked macaroni and the sweet potato pie and the pound cake.
Yeah.
So you got to tell your mama to back out.
But, I think a lot of people are getting into the fasting because, everybody's talking about that. That's like a buzzword. I feel like a lot of people are looking into that. And there's a lot of benefits from it, right?
Yeah.
A
lot.
What do y'all think about fasting?
It definitely has its benefits.
Okay.
Especially if you're trying to lose weight, it's just, again, it just depends. There's
like how you break your fast and all that.
Yeah, and what else are you eating throughout the day?
Yeah.
So just depends. There's no set answer.
Right. He's right. There's no, and there's, even from a biblical or spiritual standpoint of it, right? Fasting, it was essentially a spiritual thing. You know what I mean? But it's also mental health, mental and physically. So there's different types, right? We had Finis on. I remember I said Finis is a big dude, right? He played football. He's imagine him but taller and bigger, you know what I'm saying? But way more cooler than this guy. Way more suave.
Actually works out.
Yeah. He knows on that line. But he would fast for a certain period of time in the mornings and then he would eat, right? And you have some people who would fast, they would just do a liquid. You know what I'm saying? Just a liquid or just a raw vegan. And then like a buddy of mine who fasts, I don't know how he does it, but he didn't eat anything for like 4 or 5 days. But he lost a lot of weight. He lost, but he was already like maybe like 215 or something, about 6 foot. So I think he lost weight and got down to like maybe like 197 or something like that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But for like like he said, it just depends. You know what I'm saying? It's not really no set way. But I know I saw a doctor say that most of our illnesses, majority of all our illnesses come from food. Like he said, we getting a lot of processed food. And it's crazy. Not eating will kill you. And not eating will save you. You know what I'm saying? Eating will kill you and eating will save you. The same things that will harm you, the same things that will help you. And also when you fast, it kills off white blood cells and regenerate new ones. So it helps builds up your immune system. But once again, to go back to what he says, it's up to you. He making fast for 7 days. You may only can do it for 3. You know what I'm saying? I may only can do it for 4. Our DNA genetic makeup is different, so it just depends. It really just depends. Yeah,
I got you. Well, I have one more question for y'all because you guys are like the fitness guys.
No, this guy here,
and
no.
But
I'm still learning.
You know the terms. I ain't even know I know the street terms.
You know all the
I
stuff.
know the street
I
terms.
looked them up before I got in here.
That's what I should have done.
I looked them up 10 minutes ago. No, but so if there was like one exercise that you could do like for the rest of your life, and it's just that one thing,
Oh my god!
what would it be and why? And it may, that may take a little time to think about.
You probably got so many.
I can't. I'm running down the list. I don't know which one.
Like, what's your favorite thing to do?
I'll go off of what I think every male grew up doing this from a boy to an adult, right? Then when I got into the military, as he said, a lot of PT, right? We did PT every day, come hell or high water, rain, sleet or snow. We was outside running 4 miles, and we do maybe a lot of calisthenics, right?
Right.
My unit barely want us to lift weights, and I was like, Sergeant, why we can't lift weight? Because some people are not going to do it. So we would do the craziest exercises, from, I know you probably, we did RAF PT. So pretty much, right, your unit, me being a smaller dude, you get 2 dudes in a RAF, and you got about 4 or 5 dudes running maybe a mile with you in the RAF, and then I got to hop out and switch out, and they jump in. Then we did log PT, which is, the telephone poles.
Oh God.
We got to run with those, and we got to do sit-ups with those and stuff like that. And everybody get them on their back, and we pushing. So we did a lot of crazy things, right? So I would say for me, the one exercise, if I couldn't do anything else, it'd probably be push-ups. It'd be push-ups, right?
Okay.
And then what I was told by a sergeant major, because we had to take PT tests, that, and maybe you may know this and you can correct me, because this is what I was told. The one the body group that you can work every day. What's the one muscle group you can work every day? And if I'm wrong, correct me.
Yes and no. Again,
which one?
Depends, right?
Okay. What I was told, the one muscle group you can work every day is your abdominal.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say
okay,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what. And then I do abs every day. People are like, how you get your stomach? I said, bro, I do abs every day. But my abs recover. Unlike I can't do my legs every day.
Yeah, as long as you're recovering.
Arms every day. Yeah. Like my abs, I can chill and take a nap. I may feel a little something, but I can still move. With my back or my legs and my arms, bro, there'll be times I can't even wash my back in the shower. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, you know what I mean? Y'all know you done been there. So I can't do those every day. Legs, but if I had the one exercise, be push-ups, and then I guess maybe abdominal, I guess, but definitely push-ups.
Push-ups can help with abs a little bit. So
shoulder.
100%. Well, let me ask you this: so are we just limited to like one exercise, not including variations?
You can do variations. What do you think? What do you think?
So I was thinking just a squat, primarily a front squat.
Front squat.
So I think the first thing I assess on somebody is how they squat, because as we get older, we're going to need to squat, in some various forms or one way or another. Whether that's sitting back in the chair, getting out of the chair. Can you get out of the chair or off the toilet? Can you take a dump without needing assistance?
You're surprised. Some people, he right. Some people struggle
Can
with
you
doing
get
that.
off the toilet without using that sink table?
Right.
So definitely, because it's just my go-to exercise, front squat.
Front squat.
I just got
That's
to.
good, man.
Yeah.
What would he had? Or burpees?
Oh,
Push up, squat, jump up. Yeah, they call it burpees.
Burpees kill me, man. I used to be in a fitness class, and that was like my least favorite thing to do. I mean, whenever they were doing burpees, I would go hide.
That's why he doesn't work out.
Yeah.
He did burpees. He's like, I ain't ever going to the gym again.
They were doing burpees. He was burping literally. He was burping. That's the only burpee he did. He was burping.
I always was like, I don't want to do that.
So that's your excuse for not working out. You ain't ever going to the gym again.
No. Listen, I actually do go to the gym when I can.
You're supposed to go running with me too.
When I can.
You're supposed to go.
Hey, let's go running. Before COVID, I was running pretty much every single day, and I could run for a long time.
You got running shoes?
I can't do that now.
You got running shoes?
No.
Dude, I just ordered the right style of running shoes.
Dr. Scholl's.
I'm wearing. No, that's inserts.
Yeah, the inserts. Yeah.
I'm wearing Air Max with the bubbles, and they stiff. They don't absorb. So I'm looking at the Olympics, the marathon. And I'm looking at their shoes, and a buddy of mine, he lives in Charlotte. He runs marathons, and he's running for miles. Yeah. And I'm looking at his Instagram, and I look, every shoe's got that thick foam of cushion. So I was like, because I'm a disabled veteran because of my knee blew out actually running 4 miles.
So it gives that shock absorbent.
Exactly. Yeah. So I just ordered a pair of Adidas. So they should be coming this week. So with the foam to run. So yeah, man, get your shoes up, man. We can go run. We do about a mile, or you can do a half a mile. You know what I'm saying, or 2 miles, whichever. You know what I mean?
I'll have to work my way up to.
Yeah, work your way up.
Because it's when you start running, obviously you have to build it up. Because that's what I did. I was pre-COVID. I was like, I could actually run for a long time.
Really?
Yeah. So, but now I'm like.
He said, really?
I know. I never would have imagined.
He said, really? You don't look like it.
This guy doesn't know. He doesn't know,
Well, Fat Albert ran a lot too. So.
My thing is and by the way, I fluctuate in weight too. So I'll gain a bunch of weight, but then I'll lose a bunch. Mm-hmm. But I can only really go for a certain amount of time before I'm like, okay, things just start happening.
So you start eating.
Especially with the fluctuation of I'm working on set this day, and then I'm working here, and then I'm working, it's just, there's so much going on. So it's just hard to
I know you putting back them bears. That's what it is.
That too.
You putting back them bears.
Actually I do go on, and that's what usually starts my fitness journey. When I do go on those months without doing anything, I won't drink, you can't really,
when you're working
and also drinking. I've noticed that I get way more hungry when I'm drinking too,
absolutely.
And so I eat way more when I'm drinking.
You don't grab veggies, you grab them fries.
Exactly.
Exactly. The hot wings.
Hot wings. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest, I love those.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a wing aficionado. I love me some wings.
Hey, we're coming up on football season, man.
I know.
I know.
So by the way, I'm not gonna be going to the gym consistently anytime because the football season.
So football season's on Sunday and Thursday night.
Well,
so there's
Saturday,
still 5
Sunday,
Monday.
College football. Yeah. Come on now.
And then Monday night.
Monday,
football.
Thursday. Yeah.
Because your best games is
Christmas
Monday
now.
and Sunday.
You got Christmas now. Yeah. It's it's gonna be.
So when you do the wings, when they bring out the carrots and the celery, eat those. Eat those. I mean,
dog, are you serious?
You know what? I'm the only person who eat the actual celery.
No, I
don't.
You eat them too?
Yeah.
I
actually
don't.
No, I do.
Y'all being serious?
Real talk. Yes, I get the.
You'll sit there
dressing.
And eat the.
I eat the celery and the carrots
over fries or something.
Well,
no, just the celery.
The celeries when they bring out the wings, I eat the celeries too. I mean, I drink the beer too, but I eat the celery.
Okay.
I try to counteract
y'all
what I just did.
Low key, y'all are
what
healthy nuts. Let me get my celery.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you.
That's so good,
for me, it's a mental thing. If I don't work out, I don't feel, even though I know there's nothing wrong with me, but
Yeah.
in my mind, because my body's so accustomed to it,
Yeah.
I literally feel like shit. If
Yeah.
I don't work,
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh my
Right.
God. I might go for a little while. After a while, my brain just starts, like, it's like it want to shut down. Like,
Yeah.
you haven't done anything physical. You haven't
Right,
done
right.
nothing. Then, you might just one day, dude, what you doing? See me running around,
Yeah.
doing some put in regular clothes. I'm like, I don't know, man. That's just the way I'm programmed.
That
now.
is
I gotta
one-
do something.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing about fitness people don't talk about enough is that, like, your mental changes.
Yes.
Like, when you're
Yeah.
in it, man, and you're doing it every single day, like,
Yeah.
I find that I'm even a better speaker,
Yeah.
when I'm, like, exercising every single day, like, just,
You're
I
not
only
working
bring
out
that
hard
up-
enough.
huh?
You're not working out hard enough.
I know. I need to start. I
You're
need
passing the talk test.
I need to get back on. Hey, I need to get back on that. The Stairmaster. That is
Yeah.
the truth.
Oh,
my
yeah,
goodness.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
Stairmaster.
You think you in shape until you get on that thing.
Bro.
That thing will
I
beat you.
see
You know what?
females come in the gym
Yeah.
and I'll like stretch. Normally I warm up with abs, then I go work out.
He even warms up with
I
abs
warm
too.
up with abs, and then I go back and do abs again. And I'll be in there maybe like that's like 50 minutes going, and the girl, she's still on the Stairmaster. I'm like,
Yeah.
God, I can only do about 10 minutes on that thing.
Yeah.
man.
That's
Yeah,
it.
man.
And I'm like, bro,
I've
they
been seeing
killing
people
it.
doing like 30 minutes on that thing.
They kill it, man.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, they
crazy.
kill
No.
it.
So
But that workout is good, man. Like I said,
Yeah.
if you suffer from depression, it helps. It releases endorphins in the brain. You know, and I think we all need that
Yeah.
because at any given moment you can slip into a depression.
Right.
yeah,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
true.
That's just
Especially
how
these
life
days.
is these
Yeah.
days. That's just how it
Yeah.
is, man.
Yeah.
And I want people to, going off what he was saying, it's just that's how you think, it's almost like a lifestyle, you made it a habit. So now it's a lifestyle, not a chore.
Right. Right.
So, and that's what I always try to bring to people. Like, hey, I want them to come in here, kill it, but not think, oh God, I gotta work out with Jared today. Crap, man. Dang, he's gonna kick my butt. And, like, well, yeah, but it's gonna be fun too, right?
Right.
No, but we'll see. It's not a lifestyle yet,
Yeah.
Now, there's of course workouts that suck. You can back me up on that.
No doubt, no doubt.
Yeah, you start to have a love-hate relationship with legs. So everybody's favorite day is probably chest day, right?
Chest day.
Even his favorite day is
Yeah.
just chest day.
Chest day, yeah.
But it's one of those things where if it's a lifestyle, you'll say, hey, I gotta go to the gym.
Yeah.
Even if I got off at 5, go to bed at 9. Hey man, 7 o'clock, I'm out in the gym because I went for 2 hours. Well,
Yeah.
you don't have to go for 2 hours, but
Yeah.
That 30.
yeah, there you go. The big 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's all you
absolutely.
need, man.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Word.
Yeah.
Well, Jared, is there anything else you want to tell us about fitness before we go?
Just keep it simple. Keep consistent. That's the biggest thing. Is just be consistent. It's not going to happen overnight. I try to make sure a lot of people don't do the same stuff I did, and I was constantly hate on myself, constantly do 10 exercises in 3 hours or 20 exercises in a day. You don't need to do all that. So just be consistent. Just know that it's going to time. You don't have to rush to anything like supplements, trend. You don't have to do any of that. Just keep it simple, keep consistent, eat your protein, get in the gym,
Yeah.
but just keep going.
Notice he said, eat your protein, don't drink your protein. Jared, tell him about all the ladies you train. all the single females and the wives out there that you train.
Oh, yeah.
I know. There's a lot of them.
How can people get in touch with
Yeah.
you? How can they reach out to you?
Yeah.
My Instagram is a good one. Went to Jared, or even email.
Cool.
Things like that. Through other friends.
Yeah.
Word.
Shout out your Instagram, Jared. Tell them. What's your Instagram?
Oh, went to Jared. Man, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Went to Jared 19. I almost forgot the name of it.
Went to Jared 19.
Yes, sir.
Spell Jared for them, Jared.
Jared.
Went to Jared.
Yeah, so it's went_2_Jared 19.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool. That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, man. Well, thanks for joining us,
Yeah,
man. This
yes,
has been a good podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
No doubt,
absolutely.
You got to do this again.
Got to bring you on again. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
man. Well, next time you're going to be about 30 pounds heavier, right?
No, man. I'll be lucky if I be 5 more pounds heavier, man. It's crazy.
I hear that, man.
Yeah.
No doubt, man. But this has been the Black Summit. I'm Hendrix.
And I'm Brooks.
And this is...
And I'm Jared.
All right, y'all.
All right.
Peace.
Peace out.
Peace.
Ooh, that was,
Word.